Good morning, and welcome to your weekly message from First Congregational Church, Milford, New Hampshire. I'm your pastor, Al Hoyt. Well, today is Thursday, June 27th. All this week and for the next couple of weeks, the Silver Lining Circus Camp will be in the parish house from 8:30 to 4:30 every day. This Sunday, June 30th, is Hawaiian Shirt Sunday. This is the last indoor service for the summer, weather permitting, of course. And so we're encouraging everyone to wear your brightest Hawaiian shirt to get us ready and psyched for summertime. It's also the Laura G. Heald Cookout and historical event. That we'll have our normal church service in person and being live streamed. And following the church service, the Laura G. Heald Cookout, in conjunction with the church historian, will celebrate the history of the Laura G. Heald Women's Club. In the narthex, there's a whole bunch of things that Bonnie obviously laid out, but it's interesting to look at. And it's always interesting to learn more about the history of this church and its different organizations. Monday through Friday, with the exception of the 4th of July, the Silver Lining Circus Camp will be here. Tuesday night, July 2nd, the Sauhegan Valley Chorus will be rehearsing here in the sanctuary. They're rehearsing to sing the national anthem at the Amherst 4th of July parade. On Wednesday, July 3rd, the Garden Friends will be here on the grounds from 9 to 11, Silver Lining Circus Camp, of course. And at 10:30, the diaconate will be meeting in my office, a hybrid meeting, and the link will go out to anyone who's going to attend remotely. But the meeting's at 10:30. So Thursday, July 4th, is Independence Day. The church office will be closed, but the Silver Lining Circus Camp will be here. Friday, July 5th, the church office is closed. And then Saturday, July 6th, the Silver Lining Circus Camp will be here. They're having their orientation all day. And Sunday, July 7th, is our first outdoor worship service, weather permitting, of course. And there is no coffee hour going through July and August. I'm looking forward to the cookout this Sunday. I hope you are too. Apparently, I got volunteered to be the cook. So during the Laura G. Heald cookout. So I may have a few surprises in there, like maybe a little bit of linguiça and some kielbasa, just because. So yesterday, Lillian Daniel, one of the still speaking writers, posted something that I thought was something I've been thinking about quite a bit lately, and something about how we dealt with the pandemic and what came of the pandemic. More about that in a little bit. So Lillian wrote, "The church that does X," and she quotes James, the book of James, chapter 2, verses 14 and 18. "What good is it, my siblings, if you say you have faith but do not have works? Can faith save you? But someone will say, you have faith and I have works. Show me your faith apart from your works, and I, by my works, will show you my faith." During the pandemic, and this is what Lillian writes, during the pandemic, who in our surrounding communities missed our churches when we shut down the in-person gatherings? This question is not for the pastor or for the church members, but for the outsider who walks by the building. What loss did the community suffer? Was it a loss in the community that a certain church couldn't gather to organize free meals or distribute coats? Were meeting spaces for 12-step groups or queer teenagers missed by the church's neighbors? Or did the church's quarantine closure have no impact on the community? Post-quarantine, we in the church can learn from the same question. How is it that this church or that church, perceived by the person who's never stepped inside it? Does the church have an identity in its neighborhood, such that even a stranger could say, well, that's the church that does X? Of course, churches find their grounding in God and spirit-filled inner life within their own faith communities. But I think they also need to have at least one simple, concrete thing they do, X, that a non-insider can notice easily and would miss it if it were not there. In other words, that thing your church does should not require that a complete stranger read your annual report or visit you on Sunday to know about it. If a stranger can't say about your church, they're the ones that do, fill in that blank, then it's time for the church to fill in the blank. It's never too late to find your X. And Lillian offers this prayer. Loving God, help us feel the pain outside of our walls and discern the work that has our name on it. Amen. And I thought a lot about that writing and a lot about what we did during the pandemic. I often heard from people during the pandemic that they were grateful that we were doing our live stream services, that we were recording services and posting them every Sunday. An awful lot of people who weren't members of the church, who didn't come regularly, some of whom have since joined, but a lot of them just said that they were grateful for that. And almost everybody in town knows that we are the church with the Hollyberry Fair. That's probably our claim to fame around town. And I'm pretty sure that if we stopped doing the Hollyberry Fair or the rummage sales or the auctions, we would be missed. But it's a good thing to think about. It's a good thing for all of us to think about, to say, you know, what is it our church does in the community that people would miss if we weren't doing it? So it's a fascinating thing to think about. I'm very proud of the fact that when the pandemic hit and when the governor shut down the entire state, we never missed a single worship service. The first couple that we recorded were a little shaky, the colors are kind of weird, but we learned from it and we came about. And now I know we have people watching us from all over the place. So it's very interesting. And it's very fulfilling to know that we managed to maintain our worship and maintain our faith throughout that entire pandemic. So please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Well, we're into summer. Things are gradually slowing down. I'll be doing a funeral on Monday, July 1st. At the funeral home. So, a gentleman by the name of Richard Coaster. But I hope that all of you are beginning to wind down a little, take it easy, get some vacation time in. Vacation is important, especially the busier we are during the rest of the year. It's important that we have some kind of relaxation and some time away. So until I see you again, and I hope I see you soon, take good care of yourself. Take good care of each other. And God bless you all.